Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Sunless Skies. Oh dear, there's a man there who's going to try and kill me. Run! I was about to say, that man's gone. Apparently not. Just between the episodes and things, I bought some fuel and supplies with the plan of going to find Acles? Is that the name of it? Acles, yes, it's to the west-northwest of Pan. So, up here somewhere. Oh no, my scroll is broken again. One day I'll know what causes that. I could try and fight that guy, but I'll probably lose. I've noticed something today that I'm a little bit upset about, considering I remember moaning about the fact there was no shortcuts on any of these keys down here. There is. The tab is the map. I don't know how long that's been like that. That could very well have been like that the entire time, and I just never noticed. Distinctly possible. I'm the most oblivious person possible every now and again. Sure hope that dowser doesn't chase me all the way up here, because that would suck. Hello. What is this? The wreck gleams with frost, its windows are dark, its engines silent. Perhaps something of value lies within. I could do with repairing my ship, so let's do that. Okay. Ah, he's still coming. That guy's not going to leave me alone, is he? Kind of hoped I could outrun him. Oh. Game's chugging. I can still hear him shooting at me. This was Tarsan of the Two Kings. Tartaran of the Two Kings, even. This is where it's going to start penning me in again. Pool of water. Damn it. Let's keep going this way. Let's keep going. We'll see. I could use the bat, I suppose. I don't know, it never seems to work. Except the few times that it does. Nothing to report. Okay. Hello? Anything here? A lilting whale. The lamentation of a scribe spinster. Oh no. Those scribe spinsters sucked. Oh, and I'm in the spinster's garden, really? Oh dear. Oh, I could have told you that was there. Don't be a spinster. Oh, poop. I don't care. But I'm your friend as long as you don't want to kill me. Oh dear, there's another one. Okay, goodbye. I don't have an assaying device. Damn it. Okay. That could have gone a hell of a lot worse. I remember spinsters hitting like trucks. That was a long time ago, but I don't think I'm that much better. It's gotta be around here somewhere, surely. Oh. Piranesi, a prison without doors. I don't think this was where I was looking. This was what I was looking for. But, oh well, I'll take it. This place looks amazing. Looks like a Roman manor house or something. What do they sell here? Oh, they sell cage catchers on bargain and ooh, Navarantine gemstones. I wonder where you get those from. Okay, let's do some reading. A mansion of its immense size, surrounded by acres of neatly kept garden. It is tranquil here. In fact, it appears utterly devoid of life. The prison and the cottage. Polyhedric sculptures, the dimensions eye-watering off. Grass of uniform colour, uniform length, placid canals, criss-crossed at right angles, all bisected by a pale gravel path, leading to a door of broad ivy-shrouded mansion. Only its lack of windows betrays Piranesi as a prison. Utter silence, bar the crunching of gravel beneath your feet. As you approach, you take note of a tiny cottage, incongruously nestled between the mansion like a louse. A curtain twitches. So there's somebody in the cottage. Is this the cottage here? That's the mansion, this is the cottage, I assume. The prison is locked, but the cottage door swings open at your approach. The only sound in the cottage is that of a teaspoon clinking against porcelain. A group of brown-robed figures turned to regard you. One, grey-haired, grey-eyed, offers you tea. "We are the chaplains," she says. "Our role is to help inmates reach egress. You must understand, none may leave Parencee unaltered." "We can be your guide," pipes another. "2 tours per visit. Choose your chaperone and take care to follow the rules." Oh. Piranesi is a treacherous port, and not amenable to low-level visitors. Ensure you are prepared. I have a feeling this is going to go terribly, terribly wrong. Why do you need a guide? A choice, a gambit. The grey-eyed woman sips her tea. Do not attempt to judge size or distance here. Parencee is unmapped and unmappable. There are only a few areas we know how to reach. "I'll show you the statue garden," says the bearded chaplain with kind eyes, "where I help prisoners achieve redemption. I know the warrens." Beneath the shadows of the third chaplain's hood you glimpse a slithering mass of disturbed flesh. He says no more. The final chaplain wears round spectacles, but his eyes are gone. His grin threatens to break free of his face. Come with me, oh please, I am so very bored." All of these seem like terrible ideas. I mean, he has a nice smile. Let's go with that guy. The gallant reformer nods, putting aside his tea and fetching an old iron lamp from a high shelf. "Once more under the breach," he says with a tired smile. You follow him out of the cottage, up the gravel path, to the doorstep of Parencee. Footprints are worn into the stone. He has no key. He simply knocks on the grand oak door and it opens. There is nothing and no one on the other side. You follow the reformer into the dark. Parencee is of course bigger on the inside. The TARDIS. The reformer's lamplight stretches only so far. You catch sight of dizzying spiral stairways, columns clad in chains, walls grooved by trickling water. The reformer strides ahead, boots splashing in the cold puddles. After a few minutes, you are halted by some toppled scaffolding. "Parencee has 3 rules," says the chaplain, helping you climb over the obstacle. "The penalty for breaking them is incarceration. And the unwritten 4th rule is that the chaplains are forbidden from explaining them to visitors, so I'm afraid you must discover them yourself. Tread carefully in the meantime." Uh-oh. Continue following the reformer. The statuaries are not far now. Watch your step, the flagstones here are uneven. The prisoner's lamps. Further into the prison, you begin to see inmates, faint lights shuffling across distant bridges. Hunched figures with lamps chained to their wrists. See those lamps that the condemned carry? Asked the reformer. They impose a distortion of distance. A prisoner's proximity to the exit is determined by how much they have changed since they entered. The more they change, the closer they are to freedom. Some are more mutable than others, and severity of sentence may vary. The reformer raises his lamp over a cavernous wall. Light does not reach the bottom. Those cast into the deepest reaches must change beyond all recognition. This seems like a horrible, horrible prison. You stroll with the reformer through a forest of jutting stone limbs and impassive heads. A haunting refrain echoes. Somewhere, someone is playing the flute. Miscellaneous items scatter the floor. A sledgehammer, a toy soldier, a spinning wheel, a half-eaten jar of honey, a canvas. Perhaps discarded by previous prisoners, perhaps provided to provoke or inspire change among those still entombed. Change needn't be bad, says the reformer. I try to help the prisoners improve themselves. Okay, let's write a report. Parencee is vast, says the reformer. I've been here for centuries and can't pretend to know even half its secrets, but I can tell you everything about this little corner if it pleases you. He focuses on the progress of the prisoners. William has been doing extremely well. I taught him to crochet, and he's managed a new accent. Most importantly, he's agreed to meditate daily on his past wrongdoing. I fancy he is near to escape. I wish the same could be said for poor Philomena, who insists on justifying the actions of her past self. Do we begin, or do we follow the sounds of the flute? I am partial to following the sound of the flute. Can't do anything here anyway. The venerable flautist. She sits atop a stone idol, where four paths cross. Her legs cross beneath her long brown coat. Her hat is pulled low, covering her eyes. The reformer introduces you. This is the venerable flautist, the oldest prisoner of Parencee. She has been here for centuries, and how has she changed in that time? She pauses her tune. Well, she says cheerfully, so far I've managed to learn the flute. Okay, so I can't actually do anything here. I can't be friends with her because I don't have any of the stuff to give her. Bugger. That probably could have been helpful. Okay, shall we begin? Dialogues with the unredeemed. The reformer moves between prisoners, fixing them one by one with an inescapable stare. For each, he has questions. What are your regrets? What suffering have you caused? Answer honestly, it's the only way you can escape. After that, the questions become specific, forensic. When the prisoner runs out of words, he quickly moves on to subjects other than his relentless interrogation. When he comes to the fifth prisoner, he steps back and nudges you. Your turn. Okay, so... Well, there's a rule that says that the wardens can't tell me the rules. Is there a rule that says people can't tell me the rules? Great. The prisoner shrugs. She doesn't know, or she's unwilling to tell you. That's fair enough, I suppose. A cautionary tale. I could use one of my tales of terror. Or there's a 45%. Let's go with the cautionary tale. That seems like too much of a failure chance. Dialogues with the unredeemed. As you reach a particularly grisly part of your story, colour drains from the prisoner's face. I'll be good, she promises fervently. You can stop with the details. The reformer claps a hand on your shoulder and chuckles softly. Rapport with the reformer? The statuaries. You stroll with the reformer through a forest of jutting stone limbs and impassive heads. A haunting refrain echoes. Somewhere, someone is playing the flute. I've read this before. Brilliant. I love it when that happens. I guess we leave. Seems like a strange one. Am I supposed to do this multiple times on one playthrough? Okay. The reformer pauses beside an unlit candelabra. He pulls it like a lever. A section of the wall rumbles aside, revealing a staircase. A shortcut, he explains. You've completed a tour. The chaplains will only allow 2 tours at a time before they would temporarily close the prison to visitors. Oh dear. I know you. The gallant reformer strides beside you, coat flapping, up narrow stairs, over precarious bridges, beneath crumbling bartizans. The architecture seems to have changed since you last walked here, but it's as jumbled as oppressive as ever. You pass a squealing thing clinging to the wall. It lacks structure or substance, except its stark eyes. What was my name? It mules. This seems like a terrible idea. What is this thing? It stretches a vague, pleading limb in your direction. It's lost its identity without discovering a new one, says the reformer sadly. It has changed, but not enough, and it has diminished far more. Ignore it. There is no hope for it. This is a strange decision, because, like me, I shall name you Bob. Ah! The formless thing detaches from the wall and clutches at your knees, sobbing in gratitude. You sacrificed your freedom for me. I am not worthy. A sudden weight at your wrist, a lamp shackled to your arm. Parencee begins to expand around you, staircases lengthening, walls retreating. I'm sorry, says the reformer, dropping his head. You broke a rule. I wish I could have warned you. You've broken the second rule of Parencee. Don't give names to the nameless. You search for the chaplain, but they've slipped away. You're alone and imprisoned. You must change before you can hope to reach the exit. Oh, bollocks. Incarceration. With the lamp chained to your wrist, Parencee's walls fall away. The prison blooms into an endless, nightmarish forest of bleak and shifting architecture. During tours with the chaplains, the prison at least adhered to conventional perspective and orientation. No longer. Upstairs, you may find yourself in the cellars. Descending, you arrive at a balcony. Yet no matter how you wander, Parencee brings you back to the same place. A garden of cluttered stone statues. You've been convicted of only a minor infraction. You shouldn't need to change too much before you are released. It's typical that you get arrested for doing a nice thing. I was trying to be helpful. Poor thing forgot his name. Oh well. What's my chances of finding an exit? 44%. Oh, let's roll the dice. Adrift. Damn it. Attempting to navigate through Parencee is like trying to steer a nightmare. Bridges shift beneath your feet, taking you back to where you began. Eventually, every corner you turn reveals another mile of identical hallway. You must never, ever trust a staircase. After seemingly endless wandering, your shoes are in tatters and your feet blistered. You must be close by now. You simply must be. You stop short, finding yourself back where you started. Deep breaths, calm, there is still a shred of hope. You have not yet changed enough to escape. That must be it. Okay, let's approach one of the chaplains. Okay. The chaplains stalk among the prisoners, offering advice on how to change, but Parencee is vast, and many of the wandering prisoners have only encountered them in rumour and legend. They pass on stories of the chaplains in reverent whispers, as though they speak of gods or phantoms. Thanks to your tours, however, you know exactly where to find them. Why would the reformer take my place? Let's ask the gallant reformer. The reformer holds up a hand, and the prisoners pause their hymn. He fixes you with a placid stare and quizzes you about the sins of your past. With every new confession, he tuts quietly. Once he's heard enough, he leads you to a tranquil pond in the middle of the statuaries. The flagstones are stained red. He hands you a cat o' nine tails. A remarkable whip, he says. Its crack is instantaneous to the observer, but to the punished it lasts a month. 1 month of searing pain, plenty of time for you to contemplate your misdeeds. I leave it up to you whether you use it. Okay, how about now? We've repented slightly. Nope. Damn it. Attempting to navigate through percentages like steering a nightmare. Yes. Fine, we started. Damn it. Again? Yeah. Yay! Freedom! Attempting to navigate through parentheses like trying to steer a nightmare, blah blah blah. After timeless days, your shoes are in tatters, your feet blistered. As you pause, ready to give up, you feel a sudden lightness at your wrist. Your shackles have crumbled. The lamp clatters to the floor. You lift your weary head and find yourself staring at the exit. We made it. The chaplain's cottage is dark and empty. As you leave, you come across the glistening deformer in the cottage's herb garden. He's still wearing his hooded robes, but he's stuffed gardening gloves over the sleeves and is engaging in a ferociously futile attempt to stamp his shovel into the stony soil. We're currently indisposed, he grunts, noticing you for the first time. We'll be open to visitors again in 2 weeks. As you turn to leave, he finally manages to embed his spade into the ground and levers up something tendrilled and twitching from the soil. So 2 weeks. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to buy these. And then we're going to go back and sell them, I suppose. We didn't find the place I was looking for, which is slightly worrying. But we found somewhere else. On the plus side, that means I can find it in the next episode, assuming I don't die a horrible, painful death in a few minutes. Because we've still got to make it back. I am just going to do a quick loop around this, because I've noticed that I don't explore everywhere when I find new locations. I just tend to bolt for the dock. And there is often little things just off and around these places. Look at how cool that is. There you go, like Zendros Field. I would like to level up, because if I level up I get more points, and more points means I can get my irons up higher and equip all the stuff I have. The only downside to this is it's using fuel, but I should be okay. There we go. Oh, we are right out on the edge. I would rather not go through the way that I came, because that's where the spinster's garden is. And I'm guessing the spinster's garden is full of spinsters. But on the other hand, I don't particularly fancy fighting dowsers or grievers, so everything's kind of crap. Yeah, okay, we're going to go this way. And just hope. That's a spinster. I want nothing to do with you, leave me be, leave me be. Okay. I don't know if the light matters, but for the sake of it, I will turn it off. Hello, free stuff. How could this possibly go wrong? Lovely. Whoops, I meant to press tab. Never say no to free fuel. Am I going into the... I am. I kind of meant to go around that way. I'll be okay. A lifting wail, the lamentation of a scribe spinster. Finger on the light button. Widow's Walk. Ah, that's a spinster. Hiding in the bushes to the right. Evasive maneuvers. There's another one. 2 of them. Not gonna lie, this new area is definitely terrifying. I'm having to pay attention just so I don't accidentally fly into something that can kill me. This guy, on the other hand... I'm going to butcher. I'd rather not get too close, so I don't get stuck in the... Sweet. That is always useful. Saves me having to buy more supplies, huh? Okay, so I didn't chart quite a course through places I haven't been, but yeah, it's good enough. What's this? A meeting at the crossroads. A figure waits by a signpost in silhouette. It resembles a woman in a long skirt. Up close you hear the clatter of chitin, wrapped in layers of veils and shawls that smell of harsh antiseptic. A measurer, the stories go. Few of them have happy endings. The figure introduces itself as Mistress Fathom and offers charity of a sort. A measured charity, to be exact. There is no reading the expression behind the veil. No favour ever came without a price. That does kinda seem truer than ever. What could be the downside of accepting foreknowledge? I'm even being warned. An unlicensed chart is a very rare thing, though. There is only one way to find out if this could go wrong. Oh dear. How splendid, declares Mistress Fathom. Something you need in exchange for something that I may want one day. I may one day want. It disappears behind the crossroads post, leaving no trace. You return to your locomotive, and in your cabin is a small mahogany box, wrapped in silks. Inside is a map of uncharted territories, ready to be exploited. That seems incredibly useful, but I have a horrible feeling that is going to bite me. Bite me badly, and I'm going to regret it. But for now, I'm sure it'll be fine. That's a wall. I wonder what their favour could be. They're going to want something incredibly specific, I imagine. Like my soul. Oh, must be close to pan. The music changed. Friend or foe? Yeah. Every time I see any ship, I'm just terrified. They can destroy me so quickly. Never felt so weak in a video game. And we made it back. Sweet. So where is... I've gone the wrong way. I'm going the long way. It's all good. So we have a couple of cage catches that we can sell. And that'll make us a little bit of money, but we're still kind of on the back foot when it comes to making money. I guess that kind of makes the challenge a little bit more. I've got to be a lot more careful about just randomly going off. Got to plan my routes. Well, that made us quite a lot of money. Okay, well, we found a new area, which is always exciting. Parencee. Interesting prison. We're going to have to go back there to see if we can learn more about stuff. So, in 2 weeks, I need to try and keep my mind on what date it is. Doesn't say anywhere on the screen, but we'll work it out. Like, subscribe, let me know what you think. Comments are hugely welcome, especially with stuff that I don't understand, lore, and stuff I may have overlooked. Any of that is useful. I'm on Twitter, if you're interested. I'm going to keep plugging that. One day somebody might follow me. Yeah. But, as always, I'll see you next time.